Hello, hi Kirsten. It's nice to see you back. I'll just turn my microphone there. Yeah, noticed you weren't around for a little while, so I'm glad to see you back and okay. Hello, everybody. I just haven't done my quick prayers today, so I'll just do that first. Guides of highest truth and compassion in universal spirit, please help me in my quest to live a life of daily vibration. Yeah. Myself up to your image now, so a sphere of protective white light to be placed around my house, myself, my husband, and our fur babies. Access to your wisdom and knowledge in case you record so hard. And I'll do this without agenda. Inquiry or word. Getting into the questions I make. Hey, there we go. Just daily sneezing. I have to have a sneezing fit once a day, and it's yeah, I can get quite loud and noisy. There's my read stuff on the screen glasses. Um, I'm just moving a couple of things around here, bringing my coffee closer. I've got a mouse here now, a mouse pad there. Oh, yeah, she was in the Ukraine. I don't. I don't know what their intentions are, but honestly, if it's to highlight the issues they're having, I don't think that's really necessary. And all I think is that people like her going into those areas where there's wars on and all that, it just takes up resources that could be needed elsewhere. I don't think it really adds to highlighting the situation for people. I do think sometimes it's just an ego stroking exercise. I mean, I'm glad she wasn't hurt, but she put herself into an area and then had to be evacuated and all sorts. So, yeah. It's not like it's something we had no idea was going on, and her presence there would have highlighted it and made people more aware of it. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, in some places in the world, we've got no idea what's going on and we don't even think or know about it until someone like her highlights it. That's not the case. So, yeah, will Russia. Whew. May 9. Yeah, will Russia declare? What will they declare? Will it be victory or war? Victory or war on war? Yeah, I was just watching a story about Lithuania. There is a 65-kilometre road, just a straight line highway, two-lane highway going through Lithuania, and it is the only land bridge between the Baltic states and the rest of Europe. So there's speculation that Putin's going to go after that. Transnistria, that I think I had a look at the explosions there the other day, so I won't go there. But yeah, Putin's, yeah, will he be indicted? Oh, Alex Jones. I'm going to do a full cross on Alex Jones, like a full-on Celtic cross. the 10 with my extra outcomes. So I'm going to do a full. We'll have a look at Alex Jones. Apparently now, he's putting in these bankruptcy things in order to stave off, because there were jury trials coming up to determine how much he'd have to pay the Sandy Hook people. And one question I want to ask is, look, is this going to lead to him being indicted for bankruptcy fraud? Is there a chance that that's what's going to happen to him? So we're going to do a bit of an in-depth thing on Alex Jones. Not because I'm a fan of his, but because what's the story? What's going on? Yes, we'll have a look at May 9th. If he's going to do that, if he's going to attack that road, I'd say it would probably be after May 9th. Kim warns North Korea could preemptively use nuclear weapons. Okay, North Korea. Why? Why would they use them? Preemptively. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And a Mercedes, he is a detestable creature. Remember, if you want a reading, you can email me. And if you want lessons, I do a 6-course. I'm going to cut the first one up into 2, so it'll be 7, but it's not going to make any change to the price. It's just that the first lesson can stretch out to 4 hours because it's the major arcana. So, and that's $60 for the 6th lesson. And it's designed for 1 lesson a week. Yeah. It's $60 US. It's $10 a lesson, and I tried to keep it nominal price, but the amount of work that I did put into it means I have to charge something. But if you want some lessons in tarot, do that. You can email me. Read on the next week. Yes, okay, this coming week. The shadow war inside Russia, at least 22 incidents so far. Okay. The causes: accidents, Ukrainian air attack, or sabotage. That's really interesting. I wasn't aware of a shadow war, but it's just like, is there a shadow war inside Russia? What, Russians fighting back? I know about those 3 explosions. Interesting. Is the lessons in real time or pre-recorded? They're real time. I am with you. I use Zoom, or I can use Jitsi, whatever is suitable, whatever suits you. Jitsi, you don't need to set up an account or anything. And they're one-on-one. They're pretty intense. There's a lot in them. But hi, Fern Robin Blank. Hi, Carter Mancy. Hi, Anna Masato. Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Sherry French, hello. I had a lovely chat with her yesterday. We had my last Saturday morning of the month. I post a link on the comments, members only comments, and you hit on that link and you can type in a name, and you can join me, and we just have a chat. And everyone who does it does come and join me. I read a card for you, one of my animal cards or archangel cards or something, and you get a reading on one card. So. You just look. Marie Sutton, Jean Nizolowski, hello. So if you want to be able to do that, you join. And there, I do try to remember to get it in before, before midday US time. But weekdays, Monday to Fridays, I do a hot topic video for about 10 minutes. And there's also a bonus archangel read that I do once a month, once a day, not a month, not daily, about once a week. And yeah. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Georgia grand jury. Unfortunately, the New York grand jury was disbanded. Georgia grand jury, will they hand down indictments? Wow. Why would Steve Bannon want Christopher Wray prosecuted and imprisoned? Why would Steve Bannon? Prosecuted and imprisoned. I'm sure they'd like a lot of people prosecuted and imprisoned. Hi, Claudia. I haven't got the news feed up at the moment. Bring it up. Just how long? Oh my goodness. How long will you? Yeah, will Poland be attacked? Yeah, there's so many questions about that. I want to be restrained in asking questions. There's so many things. The fact is, if Putin decides he wants to extend it further, heaven knows who he'll, aim at. Yeah, but I think he would aim aim at non-NATO countries first in the Baltic states. So, yeah, so we'll see. Will it expand? That's the biggest question, is will it expand to other states, to other Baltic states? Oh, sweetheart. I know you guys want lots of information, as much information as you can get, but it's going to be really hard for the soldiers in Mariupol. Moldova, yeah, that's with Transnistria, that I read on that the explosions in Transnistria the other day and Nistria the other day, and I've they're false flag to justify moving more troops into there. Hi, Shelby Lisa. She's going to be lurking till your phone charges up. That's okay. What surgery? Interesting. Yes, Putin will survive the surgery. Um, mm. Yeah, no, he'll survive it. Okay, let's make a start on things. Firstly, Tucker Carlson. You can have a look at him too. So I'm going to do some a little bit on the Ukraine, but we've just got to. So let's have a look. What is Putin? May 9. What's that going to bring for the conflict? Will it be ended or will it be expanded? Okay. So May 9. Will Putin end the conflict on May 9? No, I got no. He will never. Just a flat out no went through my head. Hi, Craig Dixon. Hi, Deborah Costro. No. The Ace of Beetles. He sees it as an opportunity for something else. Put the world on notice. An opportunity to put the world. This is the Ace of Beetles, the Ace of Coin. Oh. Is he going to announce an expansion of his hostilities? Let's have a look. Yeah. So this is the sunflower. It came out reverse. The sun. He is going to announce further hostilities, further plans. He's going to hint at expansion. So this is basically a spreading of darkness. Yeah. going to try, say, come out with this whole big list of things why he's justified in doing what he's doing. He's going to claim that he's trying to bring things back into balance as they should be, blah, 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 yada, 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 you know. I got, when I uncovered the news, she just wrote that Zelensky says more than 23,000 Russian troops have died since the invasion. And yeah, I got, yes, definitely more than 23,000, a lot more. So that went through my head. So, say hello to her for me. Yeah. Okay. Somebody asked, is there a shadow war happening inside Russia? Yeah, we're not seeing the whole picture. So here's the Two of Moths, the Two of Wands. There's definitely strategic movements happening within Russia. We're not seeing the whole picture there. And yeah, thank you, Shelby Lisa. Hi, Patricia Francino. Yeah, and the aim is to make changes for the better for Russia with the Wheel of Fortune here. So to make changes within Russia. So this is something that might have happened without the invasion into Ukraine, but the invasion into the Ukraine has facilitated it. This is something that always was bound to happen. It was destined to happen. Basically, an uprising within Russia against Putin and stuff. But I'm getting like a Seven of Cups energy in that they're not outright and saying they're trying to leave it. What was it? Ukraine? Was it someone else? So they prefer to leave it sort of at a level of confusion. 10 of Cups reversed, breakaway, and breakaway from the family. So yeah, this is definitely is happening, but that you'll not get any real confirmation. They want to take Russia down a different path. And here's the Fool, which is another card about change as well. And they're taking advantage of this situation to do so. So, yeah, I suppose, yeah, I do think that there's a shadow war happening. And they want it to remain, like I said, that Seven of Cups, feeling a bit of confusion. If it's really happening, is it not happening? Never quite being able to pin it down, which is the way they want. There's been an Afghan general before the Taliban took over and all that, who is determined to take the Taliban on. So will there be a new war within Afghanistan? Wow. Now that's interesting about Mansion. We'll definitely have a look. The Knight of Bees reversed, definitely chaos. Spent years and years. And the Ten of Swords. Long Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, there's definitely. Hi, Michelle Peterson. There's definitely a chaotic time coming up within Afghanistan between the Taliban and other people, other forces who don't agree with the Taliban's ruling and wants more freedom for their people and stuff. So there's definitely more coming up within Afghanistan. Now, let's move away from that. Why does Steve Bannon want Christopher Wray investigated and prosecuted? Hi, Am. Yes, yes, absolutely. Let's see. Why does Steve Bannon want Christopher Wray investigated? Christopher Wray's got something on him. To try and stop exposure, basically. The Three of Bees. Oh, betrayal, heartbreak. Is this to do with 1/6? Seven of Moths. The indefensible. It's reversed. Not able to stand and defend. The Ace of Beads. The Ace of Swords. Cutting through. Yeah. Steve Bannon thinks he's home free, but he's not. Christopher Wray's got stuff on him, and he's basically lining up his ducks in a row. And Steve Bannon thinks by getting the guy taken out that will stop any investigation. Well, it won't, because Wray's not handling it himself. Five of Moths. Yeah. He's trying to stop the FBI. Two of Bees. Tipping point over into not the best result, because this is reversed. And the Five of Moths, just fighting a losing battle. Yeah, because the FBI, Ray has he knows he's got to earn the trust of the administration and show so Ray is revising things, I think, bringing some investigations that were buried back into the fore. Yeah, it's an attempt to stop things. Oh, thank you, Shelby, Lisa. Now, the soldiers trapped in Mariupol, look, darling, they're going to go through a rough time. I think they're just going to try and starve them out and stuff. Yeah. Sort of satellite images today, or drone images of the industrial area there, the steelworks. Yeah. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Hi, Renee. Okay. The Georgia grand jury to convene. Will they hand down indictments for Trump's interference? Attempted interference. Let's have a look at that. Will the Georgia grand jury indict Trump? Oh, pulled out 2 cards. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 10 of Cups. What's that? Republican. Page of Cups. So this is strength. Yes. 10 of Cups. And the Page of Cups. Often the 10 of Cups for me is the Republican Party, with rainbows being a facade and stuff. And it's... Sorry, babe? I think... Top US military official went to meet with Zelensky. What about improving supply chains and escape routes if needed? Anna? Definitely improving the supply chains, and also what they need. It's okay to send, we'll send this, this, and this, but is it what they need? So that's, so they, yeah. So not just improving the supply chain, but getting the right supplies to them. Anyway, back to Georgia. They're also going to be investigating some other people in the Republican Party. So it might encompass a few more people in the party. But it is going to have very good, happy news come out of it with indictments. 4 of Cups. Yeah, the King of Swords, that's the prosecutor. 4 of Cups. A very dissatisfactory situation. What? Phil Waldron, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, the Republicans are not going to be happy with the outcome of this grand jury. And are they going to take a long time? No, not really. The King of Wands, the directions is pretty clear to them. And it is going to be to do with Trump's efforts to renew power and interfere with the Georgian elections. But there's going to be quite a few people subpoenaed as well, and they're not going to be happy about it. There's been some interesting investigations been going on, and now they're presenting everything to the grand jury. And yeah, indictments are going to come out of it. Now you don't look like a 12-foot skeleton, Shelby Lisa. No. She's actually only 5 foot tall. 5 foot tall, yeah. Yeah, and she's got green spiky hair, and it's natural green. Okay, Shelby Lisa, she's got naturally green spiky hair. And, yeah. And she's got this really strange shaped nose that goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. She looks, yeah. And she's got eyelashes that come. Yeah, so she doesn't look like a 12-foot skeleton at all. There you go. Mounting military issue. Kremlin TV is vowing revenge and gloating over missile fight times over major. Yeah. Yeah. So, I got that description right, didn't I, Shelby Lisa? Oh, hang on. I did watch a Muppet show last night, so perhaps maybe I've got you confused with one of the Muppets. No, she looks pretty normal. She's lovely. Okay. Ooh. Where are Russia's submarines at the moment? They're lurking. In places perhaps they shouldn't be lurking. Anyway, how long will... I do feel there's going to be some changes in June, but eight of swords. It could be another 8 weeks, another 8 months. I don't think it's going to be lasting another 8 years. But yeah. Another 8 weeks to 8 months, maybe. Hopefully that's right with the 8 of swords there. and how's Thing today? Shelby Letha. Tell Thing I said hello. They can be anywhere. You saw Crimson Tide. Okay. This coming week, what's going on this coming week? Let's see. In the US, what's going on this coming week in the US? 1st to the 7th of May. Oh, excuse me for the big yawn. It's not that I didn't get enough sleep. I did. I had a lovely night's sleep. Yeah, just getting some oxygen in. Okay. The Emperor. Sunday, the Emperor. Stability. Autocratic behavior. Wouldn't you love to get through a weekend without something coming up about Trump or his like? But of course, conflicts don't take the weekend off. Could be talks coming about how to this is in the US, so increases in stability. 9 of Wands, Monday, an increase in vigilance with the 9 of Wands, increasing resources and increase in vigilance. So, yeah, Sunday and Monday is going to be very much taken up with overseas concerns, not just Ukraine. There's the Solomon Islands things, and Africa's becoming a bit of a tinderbox. And then there's this general in Afghanistan. Yeah. Ten of Cups on Tuesday. Again, I'm getting Republicans very much in the limelight on Tuesday, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Breaches within the family, an end of a cycle within a family. What's that about? That'll be it. I'll do a clarifier on that with the 10 of Cups on Tuesday. I do feel that is to do with the Republicans Party, and just, tens are about the ending of one phase or one cycle and the starting of another. So that's going to be interesting. Wednesday, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be about spiritual elevation. It can be about the processes of government. It can be about institutions, and it can be about education. It could even be about the courts. One of the foundation institutions in the US is definitely going to be coming into focus on Wednesday. It could be the Supreme Court. 4 of Pentacles. Resources, this is Thursday. Insecurity. People are feeling insecurity. They're trying to save their money. They're not feeling trustworthy of institutions and things like that, and financial insecurity. So I do think that this might be coming to the fore on Thursday. And it just, the smaller people, the families, the ones who are just trying to get through. There might be some news about inflation or something. Friday, Three of Swords. A feeling of betrayal, a feeling of disbelief that this could happen, a feeling of heartbreak. Saturday, we've got the Magician, which feels like possibly bringing together all of the elements to what seems like a magic trick, but it's really got a lot of moving parts and a lot of thought and a lot of hard work going into it. The manifestation of the hard work that's been going on behind the scenes for a while. So this is going to be definitely a bit of surprising news, I think, for the US over the next weekend on Saturday. What is this Republican disruption, I suppose you'd call it, on Tuesday? What is this end of a cycle in the Republican Party? What? The devil. Mistakes. They're chained to the mistakes. This is the devil card in the Vanessa pack. That could be Marjorie. Is there going to be a reckoning within what's on the bottom there? Queen of Swords, judgment being called forth to answer. Is there going to be a bit of a shake-up starting on Tuesday? Page of Coins. There's that disruption. Yeah, there's that disruption. The Page of Coins. She looks like she's seeing if the bunny rabbit's going to catch on fire, doesn't she? I think there's going to be a bit of a blow up possibly in the Republican Party on Tuesday. That will be interesting. So stay tuned. And Four of Pentacles on Thursday is that economic news. Knight of Wands. A surge, maybe a bit of an economic surge, a good one. That might bring a little bit of good news on Thursday. Is this good news or bad news? Good news? Yes or no? The moon. No, not necessarily good news. Hidden, possibly things coming to light. Yeah, possibly some hidden icebergs. And the Seven of Swords. Remember how not being able to get away with it? I think there might be some announcements on price gouging and people, using different mechanisms and stuff. So there could be a bit of an announcement on price gouging on Thursday. So that's this week for the US. This coming week for the US. Let's have a look at Canada. I'll get a different deck. This coming week for Canada, what's in the cards for the 1st to the 7th of May in Canada? Hey, babe. Is the Libertarian Party pro-Putin? Who's the Libertarian Party? Okay. Canada. What is the next week going to bring for Canada? The Lovers, agreement. Agreement and consensus. That could be a trade deal, talking about a trade deal or something. Monday, the Sleepers, 20, Judgment. Okay, people. Expressing their views. Judgment. Now, I know Trudeau's won again. It feels like there's Three of Pentacles, groups. I feel like this might be a bit of a resurgence in back into the spotlight of a group of people who have maybe just been standing back, that haven't been heard from a while. Any Canadians? Can you tell me what that might be about? Three of Pentacles for Tuesday, working together, money. I think there might even be a bit of a call for an inquiry or something happening during the week there into something. I haven't kept up much with what's happening on in Canada, sorry, but Wednesday, 10 of Swords, long dark night of the soul. Wow. Maybe finally starting to feel that they can put some things behind them. This could be, I don't know what's happening with COVID there, but it could be like feeling that coming to the end of a pandemic phase or whatever. I know that Fauci got on Kelly and said that, at least in the US, North America, that the pandemic phase, it's all indications of it coming to an end. Is that declaration going to be made in Canada soon? It's Wednesday, Thursday, Four of Wands, minor celebrations, possibly. Friday, the Nine of Pentacles. Feeling fresh, ready, feeling like they've been able to gather things together and set themselves up for the next few months into the summer. And Saturday in Canada. Oh, but then there's a worry back into anxiety. So it's a bit of an up and down ride. So I think possibly a mixed week of a week of mixed good and bad news in Canada. With anxiety being taken away from one section, but ramping up in another. And a realization, I think, that there's still going to be needed some help to move on with this, to move on properly. Part of the Nine of Swords is realizing that you've done as much as you can on your own and it could be time to reach out. So possibly a need to reach out as a country to say, hey, look, we can only do so much. Yeah. Anyway, that is Canada. How do you become a member? If you're on your phone, you can go and hunt out my channel and just go click on the thing from my channel and there's a join button might pop up. If you're on your computer, you should just be able to bring up go to YouTube, bring up my site, and there should be a join button under any of the videos, I think. Right. Hi, Bonnie Russell. So say, here's me. Yeah, so if you're on a computer and you go and you click on my live link, the join button comes up. Hi, Jay. How are you, my dear? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm doing the week ahead for a few places. Let's have a look at UK. Bubba Girl being a bit demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In, out, in, out. She wants in, she wants out. She wants in, she wants out. She's a cat.
Thanks, sweetie. Yeah, he's here. You're relaxing for a bit. Okay, the UK for the next week. Sunday, Four of Cups, a very dissatisfactory state of affairs in the UK. Not happy. People are, I think it's all, again, it's Partygate and such, but also people aren't happy with the Priti Patel's wonderfully uplifting and caring solution for refugees. Monday, validation for the dissatisfaction with the Six of Wands. So we've got the Four of Cups, dissatisfaction. People are not interested in anything that Johnson and co have to say, and it's becoming more and more evident to them. Validation of an issue, what that issue is, or that suggestion is on Monday with the Six of Wands. Oh, the High Priestess. Hidden agendas. It's the High Priestess. In this deck, this is the Llewellyn deck, and she's got cobwebs around her head. Like, it's like movement after a long time. So this is possibly a strategy, a hidden strategy, or a strategy starting to be played out. On Tuesday, by Wednesday, there's the King of Pentacles. Stability, again, like a lot of countries, the cost of living is, soaring. People are finding it hard to find places to live. It feels like there's a real... people are demanding that confidence is there's a real feeling of instability, and they're going to start demanding. And it's going to be... I'll come back to that. I want to clarify the King of Pentacles there. Thursday, the King of Wands. a renewal of leadership in the country. Oh my goodness. New leadership widely. Could there be a bit of a leadership coup in the Tory party over the course of Wednesday and Thursday? Now, that'll be interesting. I'll have a look at that. Saturday, yeah, somebody no longer able to avoid the consequences of their actions with the Seven of Swords. This dude he's been trying to get away with so much, and he's carried down, and he needs the help of somebody to just to continue on. Thank you, my darling. Oh, thanks for the light. So name Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's have a look next Saturday. I think there's definitely going to be, again, renewed calls. The Fool, Britain starting out on a new journey, having leapt a chasm. Water, the flow, emotional flow. Let's have a look at these two kings. Is there going to be is there going to be a challenge for leadership? Party room, or over the course of, seems like you're going into Wednesday with one king and coming out of Thursday with another. So it just seems interesting. Is there going to be a Six of Swords, very rough ride on Thursday? Rough and tumble waters, movement. And Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment on Thursday. Wow. I do think there might be some big movement on the leadership front over Wednesday and Thursday in the UK. Not a change of government, but will there be a challenge to his leadership on the floor? Yes. We'll wait and see. There's definitely going to be, at the very least, there's going to be a clearing of the air with the British leadership over Wednesday, Thursday, over the latter half of the week, and even Friday with that Seven of Swords. Yeah. Possibly including a minion or two following it. So a walk of this reminds me of a walk of shame. So, yeah. Do I have any rebel decks? No, I don't. It's been very tight, so money to buy decks and stuff is just, yeah. I do love to read, so I have I get a couple of Kindle books a month and all that, but it's really, yeah, the money for decks and stuff is very, very tight. So what is the name of Jay's channel? Jay, what's the name of your channel, darling? I know. Put up your channel if anyone knows the name of Jay's channel. Let's see. Hang on a minute. I am subscribe to Jay's channel. So Herc 213. Well, it would be because that's what's coming up, isn't it? It's Herc 213. When you want to be a little edgy, a little on the edge, yeah. Okay, what has the next week got coming for the mighty land of Oz? I'm just moving a little bit. So yeah, if you type in Herc 213, you'll come across his channel. I've got so many subs, and it's, I've got a lot of, and I've just fallen. I even fell behind with Linda G. And as you know, that I am always. It's Saturday yesterday, and that was I'd fallen so far behind with a lot of things because of study and other things. That it was only yesterday I got to watch Sterling and Mel, and I want to watch Linda G with Ninth Corner and have a look. And yeah, hi Celtics dear. So what is the next week going to bring for Australia? Sunday today, judgment. Oh yes, today is the day that the both major political parties officially kick off their campaigns. So yeah, it's the start of the time, because we have an election on May the 21st. So of course that makes perfect sense with judgment. The Empress, Monday. Yeah, oh yes, more burgeoning new ideas, and it's sort of like we get a bit energized in Australia when it comes up to elections, as you should. You should get energized for all elections. They're all important. And but also, I watched a story over the weekend, and there's a term called manifest destiny, where one section of society or whatever decides that it knows what's best for the rest of society and stuff, and fails in carrying out what they feel is best to actually talk to people of society. And firstly, I discovered over the last couple of days that with the Solomon Islands, there was the Australian top diplomat to the Solomon Islands, who should be over there all the time. He hadn't been there in 5 months before they signed this deal. And there's also this council of former leaders and all this called the elders, and they have come out and pointed out that yes, it's a problem that the security pact is a problem, but it's overshadowing the fact that one of the reasons this has come about is that countries like Australia, the US, we're all sort of like, we know what's best for you, and not listening to what the leaders from these countries are saying. And that's a fair point. So basically, it's the Empress is the mothering, and in some cases, in the bad place, the smothering of inspiration, of ideas, of, things, in the mistaken belief that we know what's best for everyone around us and for our region. you can't know what's best for a person until you talk to them. And even then, it's not necessarily always up to you to decide the course of action without consulting them. And it would appear that, yes, Australia's been guilty of this and other people. And one of the symptoms of this is this pact between the Solomon Islands and China. So Guevara ripped into Australia and other countries. So on Tuesday, there's sort of like a crossroads happening on Tuesday. So this is a time for basically it is a kick in the teeth to Australia and other Pacific, leaders and stuff. And we're going to find that more of this sentiment is going to be coming out. And these guys have been saying for years and years, climate change, and change. Oh, why do they always go on about climate change? I said, well, babe, a 5 centimetre change in the height of the sea level will have some effect here, but in some of these countries, they'll lose half their islands, They won't be there anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, and it's not a laughing matter. I know I'm giggling, but that's just, at having yeah. But also I do feel like this Empress thing is also, we're going to be overloaded with information about what we're going to do, how we're going to make things better, what our ideas are as well. It's definitely a crossroads, but me, I'm worried about being able to afford the grocery bill. When is it going to be that, we're going to be able to drive farther than 5 kilometres without worrying how much it's going to cost us in petrol, what's going to happen? Are we going to be plunged into a Pacific Cold War? And when are we going to be able to feel confident to walk outside again without having to mask up or be scared of being harassed by people for wearing a mask or things like that? So, yeah. So, crossroads, 6 of Wands, validation, a small victory. This is in Australia. Thursday. Oh, a change. A bit of a, whoa, big stop and change in direction. Don't know what that's going to be about, but it's definitely the death card, rebirth, transformation. So it sort of can be something like an about face in direction, or a complete change in direction, or something that a change that's going to happen that we cannot do anything to stop and we cannot do anything to reverse. So this is big impact. So the Judgment and the Empress are big impact as well. So definitely news that is going to possibly alter the way in which we see things. Not the best sort of news when you're running, when you got an election coming up to stay in power. 8 of Wands on the Friday. Swift communication. It's like, oh my goodness. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? What's this situation going to? Yeah, so a real lots of communication in different parts, possibly within Australia and without Australia, in Oceania. And Six of Pentacles, things coming. So this could be a short-term panic, and then things coming back into balance a bit on Saturday. So it's going to be quite an interesting latter half of the week for Australia. What about New Zealand? Let's do a couple of cards for New Zealand as well, because I feel a lot of this is going to stretch out into New Zealand, like the latter half of the week. What is this going to mean for New Zealand as well in the latter half of the week? Agreements. Queen of Wands. Intuitive leadership. And Seven of Pentacles. The result of hard work and tending can't be seen, that it's going to be there. The results that are yet to be seen of previous work that will be coming to the fore for New Zealand. So I do feel like in the latter half of the week, it's going to be more than just Australia involved in these three. With these three cards, it's going to be New Zealand as well. And yeah. Interesting. So that's the next week or so. Now, let's have a look. I said I was going to do a full cross on Alex Jones. So his bankruptcy things in Texas. I think he's doing it in Texas because he thinks he can get away with it down there. Or possibly got to do it in Texas. I don't know. But the general opinion is that it's trying to stave off the jury trial, which will determine how much he has to pay, fork out for Sandy Hook, for his Sandy Hook shenanigans. I wrote down bankruptcy trials when I was looking at the story, and then I put in brackets fraud, and then I put an arrow above it. Will he be indicted? So first I'm just going to have a quick look at that. Bankruptcy fraud is nothing to laugh at. Nope. It's not going to work out for him. Yeah, it's not going to work out like he hopes. So he's got some big changes happening and he cannot do anything about them. So let's have a look. Do a full cross. I'm just bringing up one of the crosses I like to use on the screen to make sure I get, because there's several variations with a Celtic cross. And, you know, sometimes I suppose you can mix it up a bit, but yeah, you like to try and stick with that variations meanings and stuff. So. Alex Jones. Let's have a look at what's happening in him. We'll do a signifier for him. Consequences. He's sitting there hoping that this plant, the plant of consequences, does not get any bigger than it has. Yes, Naomi Judd has passed away, and also thoughts are with everyone in the Kansas area. I cannot remember the name of that town that got torn apart by that tornado. Yeah, it is that time of the year, and thoughts and prayers to everybody. Please be careful if you're in Tornado Alley and anywhere else, because, anyway, please be careful and take care. Anyway, Alex Jones, where is he at now? Ooh, screaming. Oh my goodness. This is where he's at now. He's feeling pretty sorry for himself. Mm-hmm. Oh, and he's also decided he's going to offer himself up to the 1-6 committee in exchange for immunity. So it'd be interesting to know what he knows there. So this is him. This can be a card of betrayal. So this could also have something to do with him offering up, I'll talk if you give me immunity. So what is his potential or challenges? 10 of Pentacles. Very, very nasty legacy. He's trying to avoid the legacy of what he created with his continual attacks against the people who suffered for this awful ideal. And he's been trying to avoid that. These are the families and the legacies. And, money's not going to make up for the pain he caused. But that's going to challenge him for the rest of his life. People are going to see that. And, yeah. Direct your focus. Where's he got to direct his focus? The King of Pentacles. Oh. He's got to direct his focus towards Trump. So again, this is this immunity thing. So he's going to be, and also corruption in saying, I can't pay because I don't have the money. Apparently he's made $500 million of merchandise promoting his Sandy Hook crap. And so he's focusing his energies on saving his money. I'd love to say it was Trump, but no, that's just one in corruptly keeping his money. It's not going to work, okay? Look at the past. 8 of Pentacles. He built his on such a shoddy, nasty empire. That's what it is. Shoddy and nasty. The 8 of Pentacles is shoddy work, slapped out, not a care of anything about how he went about doing it, as long as it made money. You wouldn't want to buy a house that this man built. His unique strength. Well, we've got the Chariot. He's unique. He believes that, and this is as above, so below, he believes that he can outmaneuver everyone with this bankruptcy stuff. So that's what he sees as his strength. I can outmaneuver people. A glimpse at his future. Okay, there shouldn't be reversals in this deck, but guess what? It's a reversal. Harsh words, losing temper. Nothing's going in the direction that he has been trying to direct it into, because the kings they direct the energy of things. They, direct where things should go. And he's wanted things to go in a certain direction, but everything's turning upside down. There's no renewal of his period of grace and favor, I suppose. And everything's upside down. And he's going to be going off his head a lot. His attitude or his approach. Let's make a deal. There it is. There's that him trying to make a deal again. Let's make a deal. Everything's about deals with him. To get out of things the best he can. What he needs to know. 10 of Cups. And it came out reversed. This is not going to end happily for you. He's got this fantasy in his head that he's going to be able to outmaneuver everyone. He won't have to pay. He'll be able to get off scot-free because he's going to make a deal to flip on Trump and all that. He's got this fantasy in his head of how it's all going to happen, turn out hunky-dory and happily ever after. It's not. What are his hopes and fears? Oh, he wants to continue in his career of stoking conflict. That's his hope, that he can just happily go along and keep continuing in his career of stoking conflict and win out everything in the end, grab hold of the flame of victory in the end. But he fears, of course, which he would never admit, is that he's just fighting a losing battle. What is going to be the outcome for Alex Jones? It's going to be swift, and he's not going to know what hit him. All these different coloured wands. High energy impacts to him. I usually do a couple of outcome cards. So the Magician. This is not necessarily good for him. It's more like now you see it, now you don't. He's going to try and do a runner. But the Knight of Pentacles. Everything's going to come to a stop and to a freeze. He really does believe he's got everything he can to make things work out the way he wants. But everything's going to come to a stop and a freeze. A complete stop and a pause. He's going to need more lawyers. Look, is Alex Jones going to end up going to jail? 4 of Cups. He's going to get an offer he doesn't want. So he could end up in jail. Okay, so that is my big look at Alex Jones. I'm happy to do a full cross every Sunday on anyone. If you want to send me suggestions on who to do a full cross on, or on the Sunday morning when you join, you can put suggestions. Oh, look at this. Abandoned. And a shift in his place in the world. Now we're on the bottom of the deck. Oh, happy May Day, if you celebrate May Day, certainly. Okay, let's have a look at let's move on. Tucker Carlson. Let's have a shorter look at Tucker Carlson. I do a Tucker Carlson check. What's his week going to be like? So we'll do a short cross on him. What is the next week going to bring for Tucker Carlson? Will it be good, bad, indifferent? Yeah, Greta, how's your hubby? The Hanged Woman. Oh, things are going to seem a bit like he's in limbo for the week. What's going on there? Look at this. I'm getting investigation. His challenge is loss and regret. 5 of Cups. This is Tucker Carlson. We're doing a short cross on Tucker Carlson to see what the next week is bringing him. What is the advice for Tucker Carlson for the next week? 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. Look at his health, his family, his financial security, sense of security. There's a change. The 10's an end of the cycle. It's the end of a feeling of security, I think, for him. What's going on? I'm getting hands reaching down and come with me, sir. Grabbing you. Come with me, sir. I'm just picturing him, and I'm seeing a hand coming down. Come with me, sir. Three. What is the focus of this week around? Betrayal. Heartbreak, betrayal. What is going on? You know, I do feel that this man is going to face justice in one way or another, but he's in for some intense questioning. He's definitely going to feel betrayed. 2 of Swords. Oh, boy. This coming week for him is going to be a bit of a crossroads week. Hanging a tipping point, hanging around blindly. Like he's been walking this tightrope. And the safety net's been taken away. And he's dropped the pole. Yeah, Clarence was on, I think on Thursday. He was okay then. And last week he was on. King of Cups, Biden. Right. Emotional. And, you know, I sometimes immediately go to Biden, but, you know, that's when you got to say, hang on, no, is that Biden? Emotion, stability. he's in for a period of instability. This week is going to be quite interesting for Tucker Carlson. Is his life going to play out in public? Is any of this going to be in public? 3 of Cups. It's going to be some celebration and some joyousness. What's that? Overindulgence. What has Tucker Carlson been up to? I know Clarence has been tied up a bit with his mum, so let's put out some healing and loving energy to Clarence's mum. But yeah, I think he's okay. It's just been, yeah. So that's interesting. Be interesting to see what. Keep an eye out for any stories about Tucker. There's going to be new conflict stoked in Afghanistan. No, yes, that's underway and it's going to be gaining momentum. So we won't go any further into that. Done the grand jury. Oh. I'm in a bit of pain, guys. Sorry. Hi, Linda Sandoval. Hello. Just got my sciatica's decided it's going to play up. Ow! There goes my leg. Oh, there goes my head. Hi, Greta. It's weird. I had a recent dream with my hubby's younger brother. Wasn't it? Oh, okay. That can happen. I mean, siblings especially can. I was on Friday thinking, oh, I've got to contact my sister, see how she's going, see how she's going. Is it Friday? Or stuff. And, I've been feeling like I should contact her. And I got an email, a text from her, like early the following morning. And, yeah, so with a bit of news. So, yeah, it's that sibling energy and sibling link can be very strong. Oh, okay, I've come to Ian. How about we go to the news feed? Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Hi, Viviane. Hi, Arlene. How are you, my darling? I haven't seen you for a little bit. You were watching the Correspondents' Dinner. Yeah. Red carpet returns with White House Correspondents' Dinner. Is it good? Civilians have been leaving the besieged steelworks after Putin said not even a fly would escape. Well, there you go. They're getting out. Good on them. I'm not going to address the Angelina Jolie thing with her being in Ukraine and all that. There's no need to highlight what's going on there with the celebrity presence. And really, I just don't know why she would do that, go there and take resources that are needed elsewhere. Even if she took her own security and all that, there's still going to be a duty of care on the part of the Ukrainian government. And, yes, it when they use their presence to go and highlight things that people have not been aware of or need more awareness of, that's one thing, but it's not needed in this case. So, yeah, I feel like it was an exercise in self-promotion more than anything else, which so don't ask me to read on whether or not she'll be safe. Her visit's not really achieving anything. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, the MP who was caught reading porn. He said in the chambers. He said I came across it accidentally, and I shouldn't have kept watching it. And then he comes out and he said, "But my worst crime was going and watching it intentionally in the lunchroom." I'm sorry. Honestly, it's just like he was caught by two women watching it in the House of Commons, and in that case, you just and turn around and say, "Look, I'm really sorry about that. That was a total accident." But he's resigned anyway, this dude. So. Apparently, he was trying to look up something on tractors on his phone. I mean, it's like, well, unless it was to do with his responsibilities, he shouldn't have been looking at his phone and researching. That's what you have staff for. Could have sent it to, if he was researching something on tractors, he could have sent a text to a staff member saying, "Please have a look at this, this, and this," and then send in what information you have. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Should they ban phone bans? Should they ban phones in the house and go back to messengers in the house? So should they ban phones in, House of Commons, House of Representatives, lower house in Australia? Should they ban phones in those houses, in political houses? The Sun, yes. That's pretty much it. Yes. Will Twitter die? Many are leaving the site. Okay. No, I don't think it's going to die. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who's seeing that Elon Musk could possibly walk with regard to Twitter. Will Twitter die? 5 of Wands. It's going to be like around fighting a losing battle. But will it survive? Now, I'm not. Elon Musk, I think, is fighting a losing battle here. Will Twitter survive? Nine of Wands. It's going to be embattled. The Eight of Wands. It is about communications. I think people will find a new platform and move away from it. Three of Wands. Consequences. I'm finding it possibly not. You'd like to say yes, but oration, standing up, Knight of Wands, a surge or a pullback. I do think its market share is going to go down quite a bit. I do think it might make a comeback, but not for quite a while. But that is a big might. Is it done? Strength. It's still got some stuff left in the tank. So I think it might survive, but it'll be a lot weaker than it was, not as big a market share. And it might have to undergo some form of transformation. It might survive in another form. Let's put it that way. But it's definitely got a bit of, a ways to go. Yes, it's not that they control the world, it's that they use their position, and their influence. Yes, it cycles, I suppose. I remember that conversation. But it's very much been based on first on military, and then commerce, and then religion. Well, no, first commerce. I'm trying to think back. If we go from Egyptian times, there were the rulers, the class, the hereditary rulers, and then there's the religious, and then there's the economic, and then there's the military. And all of these sectors come together, and together they've sort of had a byplay of power, one having more influence in one time and the other. And so you have at times people who head up some of the, like the Pope heads up the church in Rome, the Catholic Church, and those ultimate political leaders. And then you have those of inherited power, and then you've got the business leaders, and their influences. Some are hidden, some are not. And the aim is to have the greatest control over what gives you the greatest amount of power. And it is like a continuous chess game, isn't it? But they're not playing with chess pieces. They're playing with the lives of everyday people all over the world. And yeah, unfortunately, the distribution. Now, there's also the appointed leaders. And some of this is in democratic countries where you have appointed leaders. It's people putting a trust in a group of people to do the best for them. Unfortunately, that doesn't always work out. Um, yeah, sorry, just my fringe was annoying me. Um, yeah, it's wow. And because we appoint others to act for us, it ends up that some countries that have more political power or more religious power or this, that, and the other, they end up setting the trends, um, setting the rule books. Yeah. High spirits beyond the stars. Aline, are you asking, do you think that Elon Musk would shut down Twitter as a favour to Trump? No, I don't think he really has any interest in Trump. Elon Musk is about Elon Musk. And yes, he's got these visionary ideas and all that, but he's a strange one. I don't think he's evil in any way, but like a lot of idealists. But then you've got to remember, I've said it before, I have a real thing about idealist. An idealist with unlimited um, resources and influence can be dangerous. But Elon Musk's influence is, I don't think his influence is as big as you might believe it is. And I'm like, I said the other day, I'm like in favour of letting them spend billions of dollars to do all the research to get into space. That way, governments can spend that money elsewhere to help people. And honestly, we've made such a mess up there. Oh, stuffing space. Was it stuffing space? Hang on. Anne from New Zealand, Anne Simpson, she shared a site with me. Let's see. Got to show you this. It's so cool. So cool. Hang on. I sent it to hubby. Sent emails to cheer him up. No. Oh, did I send it from Footprint? I must have. Hang on. Hi, Ann W. Sent. Yeah, here it is. Stuff in space. And this is going to take a little bit of time to gear up. But then I'm going to show you. And thanks to Am Simpson for sending it to me. Hi. Yep. Yeah, others have been spending it. Yeah, there may have been some subsidization, but it still cost them a lot less to subsidize him than it would have to do it on their own. So anyway, this is called Stuff in Space. So share the screen. And it shows all of the man-made objects that are floating about in space. Now, so here we are. There's red, green, yellow is just an object, but the other colors, red are satellites, right? Blue are bits of rockets, rocket bodies. And the grey is all just debris. And the yellow, of course, as I said before, is just objects that you can't really decide it. Yeah. And it's like you go in close enough and it's actually, you can see this is the one of the Elon Starlink satellites, and you can see it's showing the orbit where it is now. This is a Space Bee. This is MDA sat, a Stork 5 is, and look how quick some of this stuff is moving. Is an unidentified object. So yeah, don't get me started. This is part of the Avum rocket body, CZZ2C rocket body. You know how much stuff we send up in there? But sometimes they just got object K because they can't identify it. Are you still Harrington? Yeah. Look at all of that crap. And look how far it goes out. And you think, oh God, it can't go out any further. That's as far out as it can go, I guess. This is Solrad 11A. It's orbit. Just, yeah. You think, geez, it can't go out any further, surely. Vela 12. Solrad, part of the rocket body. Or look at this. Part of a rocket body. I can't even pretend to know how far out that is. But, you know, geez. So that's a great site. That is called Stuff in Space. So let's have a look. If you want to explore it more. There you go. So yeah, if they have to, if the government subsidises them a bit and but they have to still fork out a lot of their own money. So the government has to spend less. Let them go up there, clean up the mess. Anyway, don't get me started. Don't get me started. The Scottsdale woman has avoided jail for voting on her dead mother's ballot. Well, perhaps she should go to jail. You know? Is Putin going to have cancer surgery? I think he's already having it. I think we read on that earlier. Yeah, he'll be fine. Okay, so Phoenix. 2 years felony probation. Yeah. Honestly, they should get thrown in jail. You won't do it again, will you? I mean, it might sound a little bit harsh. It doesn't have to be 2 years or anything, but geez, at least 30 days, and then the rest of it probation or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is, and if people want to invest, if they have the money invest and they choose to do that, that's their right. That's their right. As long as they know what they're investing in, that's their right to do so. Yeah. There's only so far we as a society can do to tell individuals what they should do, and if you have money, a lot of people work very hard to get the money they have and all that, and if they want to invest some of it in Elon Musk and SpaceX and all that, they have the right to do that. Yeah. So yeah, he'll be okay. Yeah, I do think if he had surgery, he'll be okay. I read on that earlier. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah, he might leave it till May 9. After May 9, probably. But yeah, if he has surgery, he'll come through it. Hi, Mary Fanous. Haven't seen you for a while. Just saw Trevor Noah. Isn't he so funny? Roasting Joe Biden at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Both he and Biden noted that a free press is a sacred part of democracy and that Trevor won't be going to jail. Yeah, Trevor Noah, his father was white. His mother was black. He was born in apartheid South Africa. And basically, just his birth was regarded as a crime. And yeah, so, which was ridiculous, isn't it? Again, that's look. These guys will be taxed. There will be taxes increase. There will be basically a wealth tax, whatever you want to call it. There will be a wealth tax. So will there be a wealth tax? Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Will this wealth tax, basically global. Yes, this is the world. So there's going to be an agreement, at least a base level. All these countries will say, okay, this is the minimum that we get taxed. Some countries might do more. Okay, but they will come to an agreement that it could be 15%, it could be 12%, it could be something, that this is the minimum, and then it's up to the individual countries if they want to do more. So yes, so this is there are going to be people out there who will try and fight this, but Four of Wands, this will increase the security of people, and the Four of Wands health, financial security, personal security, freedom of security in speech. Yeah, there's going to be some real big changes around in the next couple of decades on the world stage. But this is just the first of four, I think, 4 areas that's going to be addressed. What do they say? Health. And they've been addressing that with universal health care and stuff. But yeah, finances, personal security, physical security, and intellectual security, freedom, being able to speak and stuff. Security of the press, I suppose you could call it. Princess of Cups. So there's going to be some really interesting ideas coming out. Yeah. I think like there's, if you're like a multi-millionaire, you won't get charged at the same level as like a multi-billionaire would, but you'll get, there'll be minimum stages. But yeah, so yes, there's going to be changes in those 4 sectors. So it'd be interesting to watch those 4 sectors. I'm sorry, I've been doing this, getting farther and farther away. Could you guys hear me? That's all right. But you know what? Not every country in the world is going to sign up for this. We know that. It's realistic. It's just, but there's going to be a significant number of countries that hold a significant amount of wealth worldwide who will sign up to this. Will be an interesting area to look at. In fact, I will look at those 4 areas. I better write them down. Health, wealth, stealth, that's the physical safety, military, all that sort of stuff. Physical safety. And the Yelp, which is the right to speak out, the right. I cannot believe I wrote the word write, WRITE, the right to speak out and freedom of coverage. So I'm going to have a look at those 4 things over the next few weeks. Be interesting to have a look at what the future has for them, the next decade or so has for those 4 areas. So I'm just running through the news feed. Has anyone got something they want me to read on? Misogyny should be a hate crime. Let's have a look. Hi, Ann W. I saw your email, Ducky. And yeah, did you try to join yesterday? I'll post better instructions for the app I use for the end of month open sessions. Misogyny. There is no law against misogyny. It's not defined as a hate crime. Will misogyny be defined as a hate crime in the future? Let's have a look. I certainly think it should be, because it's, you know. And I don't think he's talking about your general male chauvinist statement piece. I think talking about real hardcore. The high priestess, yes. This is definitely something that people are not treating with the depth it should be. It's anything treated with women are just being conceited and shallow or whatever. With shallowness, it's been treated with shallowness and conceit, and so it's not being addressed as the depth that should be. King of Cups, yes. Knight of Pentacles. Someone's going to try and put a stop to it. Bring a halt. It should be a hate crime. It will eventually get there, but it's going to be a slow process with that King of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. There's a lot of details, you know. Saying a statement like, oh, my wife, you know, is at home doing the dishes in a kitchen where she should be, as a joke. That's not misogynistic, but saying, you know, using statements like that to suppress and this is where you belong and stuff. 7 of Cups, there's still a lot to work out. And 9 of Wands to get it there, but it will get there. It'll be in battle, but there's still a lot of going to be a need for a lot of clarity about what is and what is hate crime level misogyny. What is the line? It's not good, even in a joking part, but what is the level? What is the line? So it's going to be, there's going to be an increase in conversation about this. It's going to be a battle, make no mistake. But I do think, yes, eventually it's going to be declared a hate crime. Well, that's part of the physical security too, is housing and your physical safety. So there's different aspects to all of those things. Health, wealth, it covers more than just one thing, doesn't it? Affordable housing. What is the future of affordable housing? I'll go with the US for the moment. Over here, it's just absolute crap at the moment, People who can no longer... I saw a story today about a woman who's in a wheelchair and she lives in an apartment in Melbourne that's got access and everything like that. Or Sydney, I think it was, sorry. And she gets to see her grandchildren and all that. And her landlord had to put the rent up so much that she had to move. And she's found a place, but it's 67 kilometres away. And, yeah. So, yeah, what is the prospects for affordable housing? Ace of Cups. It is a very emotional... It seems to be like it's either the cup is full or the cup is empty. And it's a very emotive issue. And it's not just saying, okay, here's a house that will make this whole lot of affordable housing. There's other things that have to be considered below the surface. Is it? Yeah, it might be affordable, but is it safe? Is it sustainable? Like, is it going to last longer than just, a wee little bit? Hang on a minute. Shelby, if you do that, you be safe, my darling. Queen of Swords. There's definitely going to have to be a stop. Questions answered. Queen of Swords. There's definitely going to have to be more conversation. Because people just say affordable housing, okay, but what is it? And we've provided affordable housing. You've provided great big tower blocks of that are now crumbling in decay and becoming more and more dangerous for people to live in and stuff. There's high density, And when you do go into areas that have been crumbling and all that, and there's an effort made to rejuvenate them, unfortunately, it's the gentrification crowd that comes in, and they do it up in such a way that people can't afford to stay in the houses now because the rent goes up or whatever, and so the people who need those safe homes, they're being driven out of their neighbourhoods, and yeah, so it's such an emotive issue. when solutions are put forward, they're not really solutions because they don't address the fundamental issues of what affordable housing should be, who should be supplying it, what quality it should be, and how well does it actually fit the needs of the people who need it. Just haven't gotten that fired up about housing in ages. Knight of Pentacles. Again, you think you're getting somewhere and everything grinds to a halt, slows down. The two slowest moving knights are here, the Knight of Cups and, of course, the Knight of... It seems to get some impetus and then it just grinds to a halt. Five of Wands. It seems to be to people to be a never-ending battle, fighting a losing battle. It's always going to be a problem. Even if it's relief for some time, there needs to be more support and more communication. The cups can be about communication. And you see how the heart goes through all three of these cups. Support is one thing, but it's not going to be the right sort of support if you don't listen to what is needed. Okay. King of Swords. There needs to be there needs to be a lot of prosecution. And the King of Cups. It is that emotive issue. People need to be able to live safely. There will be some good changes coming up, but it's still going to take a while. It's just sort of one of these things that are put on the roundabout, going round and round and round and round and round, that just is float around in the air and never seems to have a solution. But there are solutions. And affordable housing should be considered part of infrastructure. That's what I got coming in, the voice saying affordable housing should be. Will affordable housing eventually be considered part of infrastructure? I don't know if it is now, but the moon. It's one of those hidden problems that there's a lot more to tackling that sort of comment than you'd think. So that's just the thought that went through my head. And the Knight of Wands. That could be a way to surge things forward. My darlings, I normally go for 3 hours, but I'm just a little bit off colour. Would you mind if I just wrapped up a little bit early today? And please, universal healthcare. It is a global thing. And if you go and look at, there's a site for global statistics, and it's on health and everything, and how much countries spend on universal healthcare and things like that. It's a very interesting site. I'll see if I can find the link. But I'm going to just wrap up a little bit earlier today, about 20 minutes or earlier. Please stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay loving, and yeah. And I will be back on Tuesday. And of course, if you're a member, keep an eye out for my Hot Topics videos. And I'm not sure when in the week when I'm going to do the next bonus archangel reading, but I will be doing one a week. Just not sure when in the week. And the Hot Topics videos, where you'll only see them on the 10-minute odd videos, going from 8 to 12 minutes usually, somewhere in that time frame, on a couple of hot topics for the day, Monday through to Friday on weekdays. So please, sometimes they get in a little bit late in the day. And but look after yourselves, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Love you.